Cletus McFarland is doing something that very few people have ever done. He started out making YouTube videos, just having fun with cars, and making people laugh. But now he's becoming a real force in the world of racing. One of the biggest signs of that is his connection with Dale Earnhardt Jr. When someone like Dale Jr. shows up to drive one of your trucks, that means you're not just playing around. Cletus McFarland is no stranger to fast cars and loud engines. He's been doing it for years. Burnouts, drag races, and crazy builds that break the internet. But in 2024, he did something that got even the most hardcore NASCAR fans to stop and pay attention. He teamed up with one of the biggest names in racing history, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And what followed wasn't just exciting. It could be the start of a big shift in how people see racing and racers in today's world. The big moment happened at Talladega Superspeedway, one of the most famous tracks in all of NASCAR. It started when Cletus brought out something wild. An old NASCAR truck that he had rebuilt from scratch. This wasn't just some cool project, it was a monster. The truck originally raced in the 90s under NASCAR driver Mike Skinner. Cletus took that piece of history and gave it a brand new life. The truck now makes 1,500 horsepower. It has twin turbos, four-wheel drive, and sounds like a rocket when it launches. Basically, it's a mix of raw power and creativity, built by someone who truly loves cars. And then came the surprise. Cletus handed the keys to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who won 26 NASCAR Cup Series races, including the Daytona 500 twice. He's a legend, and his last name alone carries huge weight in the sport. Watching him get behind the wheel of Cletus's truck was like seeing two worlds come together, the old guard and the new wave. And once Dale Jr. fired up the engine, it was clear he was loving every second of it. In the video that went viral across social media, you could hear Cletus explaining how the truck worked. It's gonna shift into high gear and lock the converter. It'll go 0 to 140 in around 600 feet, he said. Dale Jr., smiling like a kid at Christmas, took it all in and then took off. What followed was pure excitement. Burnouts, loud pops from the engine, and a perfect drag run down the strip. Dale Jr. called it lights out and said it was one of the most fun drives he's had. But what makes this story more special is that it didn't end with just one video or a joyride. Dale Jr. didn't just stop by to have fun, he stayed to help. He began coaching Cletus for his upcoming ARCA Menards Series race, which was going to be held at Talladega as well. This was serious racing, and Dale Jr. shared tips on qualifying, pit stop strategy, and how to handle the tough turns of the Talladega Tri-Oval. It was more than advice. It was mentorship from someone who had done it all. Cletus had already taken a big step earlier when he ran his first ARCA race at Daytona. That was a big deal for someone who started out filming car videos on YouTube. But now, with Dale Jr.'s guidance, he returned to Talladega with a new mindset and a lot more confidence. And it showed. He finished in the top 10 at the race, something many didn't expect from a YouTuber. But Cletus had proved that he was more than just a content creator. He was becoming a real racer. This whole story shows how the racing world is changing. It's no longer just about speed and sponsors. Now it's about connection. Cletus brings something new to the table. He builds cars, races them, and shares the whole process with his audience. His fans feel like they're riding along with him. They see the behind-the-scenes work, the late-night wrenching, the excitement, and the mistakes. It's personal, and that's powerful. At the same time, Dale Jr. showed that he's open to this new world. He could have brushed it off, but instead he joined in fully. He drove the truck, had fun, and then gave his time and knowledge to help someone new. That kind of respect between generations of racers is rare, and it's what made this moment so unique. There's also a bigger message here. Cletus didn't grow up racing in the typical way. He didn't start with go-karts or junior stock cars. He started on the internet. He built an audience by being real, being funny, and doing things his own way. Now that path is starting to be taken seriously. And when someone like Dale Jr. gets involved, it shows that the sport itself is beginning to accept that new path too. The numbers also tell a big part of the story. The video of Dale Jr. driving the truck pulled in millions of views within days. Cletus's YouTube channel has over 4.3 million subscribers. He regularly gets hundreds of thousands of views on his race day uploads. That kind of attention brings new people into racing, fans who might never have watched a NASCAR event before but now follow it because of Cletus. At the ARCA race in Talladega, Cletus wasn't just another driver. He brought something different. Fans came out to see him. People who normally stay online were now showing up in person. And he backed it up with performance, finishing in the top 10 and showing that he belonged there. For someone with only a few ARCA races under his belt, that's impressive. Cletus has managed to do something most people thought was impossible. He crossed over from being an internet creator to being a respected figure in the motorsport world. That kind of leap doesn't happen often. He's not just joining the sport, he's changing how people see it. His fans are not just watching racing, they're becoming part of it through his videos, his events, and his wild car builds. Cletus brings a kind of fun and energy that racing really needs right now, but what you still don't see on the surface is how deep this really goes. For many years, NASCAR was all about tradition. It was built by tough people who worked in garages, raced hard, and didn't care about cameras or social media. The focus was on horsepower, engine noise, and winning races. But things are different now. Social media, personality, and entertainment play a big role. People don't just want to watch a race. They want to feel connected to the drivers and their stories. Cletus brings that personal connection. He shows his fans everything: the wins, the losses, the behind-the-scenes moments. And we love it. That's why Cletus fits right in between the old world and the new. On one side, he respects the grit and history of racing. On the other side, he brings a whole new audience, younger, tech-savvy fans who found him on YouTube. These fans may have never watched NASCAR before, but now they're interested because of Cletus. He's pulling people into the sport in a way that traditional TV broadcasts can't do anymore. That matters, because motorsports need to grow. If the next generation doesn't care about racing, it won't survive. When Dale Jr. got behind the wheel of Cletus's turbo truck, it wasn't just a fun moment. It was a big message. It showed that the racing world is changing. You don't have to come from a racing family or have $1 million sponsor to matter anymore. You can build your own car, make your own videos, and still end up on the track with the best. That's exactly what Cletus is doing. He's living proof that if you work hard, have a strong fan base, and keep pushing forward, you can make your dreams real.